The city of East Lansing isn't just a college town. There are so many amazing things to do all throughout the city. Not only does it have one of the best downtowns in all of Greater Lansing, but it also has a performing arts center, it has a planetarium, has historic neighborhoods for people to be able to live in, and also has high quality Big Ten basketball games that make you feel like you're at professional events. So I'm going to be taking you inside some of these special areas, and be sure to stay tuned to the end because I will be taking you inside a live basketball game at Michigan State University. So we're going to get started with this next episode of Lansing, Michigan Life right now. And if this is your first time to the channel or you've been here many times, my name is ᴏᴰ괰 I'm a top producing real estate agent in the Greater Lansing, Michigan area. And we get phone calls all the time from people who are just like you watching this channel, people who are all throughout the country, even all throughout the world. So if you're looking to make a move here in 6 days, 60 days, or even 6 months from now is the time to be able to try to connect. So all my contact information is in the description below. There's also a Zoom link that you can click on if you want to schedule a Zoom call. That's the method of communication that I prefer to be able to talk with people, to be able to see you face to face. Also, if you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. That way you can be the first to be notified when a brand new episode of Lansing, Michigan Life goes live. And we have new episodes going live once or twice a week, so you want to be sure to stay tuned. Okay, before I get into the spot that I am at first, I want to point out a couple things. So I'm filming this in January, and you can see there is a little pile of snow right over here. But if you look all the way around, and I'm not really giving away where I'm at right now, maybe those of you who know the East Lansing area will know this, but if you look around me, you're gonna see some green grass all throughout here. So I'm shooting this in January, and people ask all the time, oh, is there just snow here all the time? Well, here in January, so far, we have not had any snow at all. In fact, we had it at the end of December, we had some snow, and then rain came. We've just had a very rainy, it seems, start to the year, okay? So there's a myth right there that all we have is snow during the winter. Like, there are days where everything's melted and you can see grass all around. The second thing is, if you look up at the skies here, and you can kind of maybe even see the shadow up here, but when I was walking here, you can see the sun coming through here. And I just recently had a conversation with somebody on Zoom who said, is it cloudy here all the time during winter? Well, there are some days where the sun does come out. I know I'm in a shaded spot here because I'm in front of the building, but the sun is out. So it's not just cloudy here all the time, and people don't just mope around. So I do want to let you know that as well. If you're watching my channel who I talked with, you can see this is a true January day where the sun is shining through. Okay, so for my first spot, I want to take you to a spot that I rave about. So I can't get the full picture in focus here, but right behind me, where you can see some of the glass, is the Wharton Performing Arts Center. I've talked about it a lot on this channel. It's one of the premier places in all of Greater Lansing, Michigan. Well, why is that? Because it brings Broadway caliber national tours here all throughout the year. They have a Broadway touring season that comes here. This year, they had Beauty and the Beast, The Wiz. They're bringing & Juliet here. Right now, they're doing a Back to the Future national tour. So they have about 5 or 6 shows every single season. Every 2 or 3 years, it seems they bring Hamilton, they bring Wicked, which I'm sure Wicked is due to come here within the next year or two, and because of the movies that recently just came out, I wouldn't be surprised if it was part of the 2026-2027 touring season. But this is a hidden gem here because there are concerts all throughout here, not just a place on Michigan State campus, because I'm gonna kind of do a 360 here, but I am on Michigan State campus. So if you look around me, the leaves aren't on the trees, so you can kind of see there are some college dorm buildings throughout. This is just south of the downtown, within walking distance from the downtown, but you gotta walk a little bit of a ways. And so they do have their theater program here, they do have symphonies here that come here and perform, but they do bring in some Broadway caliber entertainment. They have 3 different auditoriums that are within this. One of them, Cobb Great Hall, is the largest, the most well-known, seats about 2,000 people. And then they have 2 other smaller auditoriums that bring in people to maybe do a review or a recital. So this hidden gem here brings people from all over Michigan, because in Ann Arbor, this is one thing I will say about Ann Arbor, they have a performing arts center, but they don't have this. They aren't bringing the national touring companies here. So this brings people from all over the state to come see are Broadway caliber shows at a reasonable price. You can also get season passes here as well. So I wanted to take you here first. This is named after an MSU president here in 1970. This building was built in 1982, so for about 43 years. This place, or I guess going on 44 years, this place has existed and entertained so many people throughout here. So definitely a place you want to check out. You want to see a show here at the Wharton Center. Shows again all throughout. You can go online to be able to see like what their schedule looks like. I'm going to meet you at the next spot, which, did you know that East Lansing has a planetarium? I didn't know that until living here about 3 or 4 years. So I'm going to take you to that planetarium next. I'll see you there. I am here at my next stop on Michigan State University campus, Abrams Planetarium, which is right behind me. If you look behind, you can't see it from here just because of the angle I'm at, but there is a little dome where the theater is. If you've ever been to Chicago and you've seen Adler Planetarium, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I feel like the planetariums that have those little theaters are just known for having that great architecture, but Abrams Planetarium is a little hidden gem within East Lansing. And why is that? Well, you go inside and there's a museum in the beginning that shows you things all about space. Then you go behind that little museum area and you see just black lights with the planets and information on the planets. And then there's some artwork that somebody made, a locally known artist, about the moon. And so the thing that's pretty cool about going in here is I didn't have to pay anything. Really, what you're going to pay for are the experiences that you will have inside of the Sky Theater. So the Sky Theater has about 150 seats in it. Feels like a planetarium if you've ever been one. It's got the big dome up top. But the times that the planetarium is open during the week are the weekends. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday is when they have a lot of their shows. Pretty affordable though, like $5.50 for adults, $6 for a half-hour show. If you go online to abramsplanetarium.org, you will be able to see all of the different shows that they offer. Some of them children's shows, some of them a lot of people use for date nights on a Friday night because it's kind of romantic. You get to watch maybe a live even sky show. A lot of times in that planetarium they will show a live night sky show where you can see the stars and you can analyze where the stars are at. So if you're really into seeing the stars, astrology, just being able to study them, this could be a place for you, but it could also just be a fun place to be able to explore space because it's just one of those things that is such a great mystery to all of us, like how large is it and all of that. There are some cool spots for kids where there's some play areas as well, but again, a nice little hidden gem that a lot of people don't tend to talk about because it's really only open to the public for shows on the weekends, but you can walk in anytime and be able to take part in the museum, which, like I said, was absolutely free and it was a cool experience to be able to have. Up next, I'm going to be taking you into one of the most historic neighborhoods in East Lansing that is within walking distance to all of the sports complexes for all of the sports teams at Michigan State University. So I will meet you there. So before I go to the basketball game, I want to take you to one of my favorite neighborhoods throughout all of Greater Lansing. Why is that? Because they are homes with charm, character, smaller homes. I would have said 7 or 8 years ago, more affordable homes, but because of house prices just surging up, a lot of stuff isn't as cheap as what it used to be, right? And I hate to say cheap when I say this neighborhood because this is a well-established neighborhood, lots of homes built in the 1920s, 1930s, 1940s. There's sidewalks. The sidewalks take you directly south over to the Breslin Center where I'm about to have a basketball game or go to a basketball game. It's going to take me to Spartan Stadium, the Munn Ice Hockey Arena. So all of that stuff is within walking distance right behind me. You can see that you just take this road south and you just keep going. So very convenient location, and then you just go slightly north and you got the main drag, Grand River Avenue, which takes you right into downtown. So for people who love to bike, who love to walk, and be able to walk to some of these places, this is a very green area. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, I have featured a neighborhood across the street called Glencairn. And at Chesterfield Hills, there are some sites in Chesterfield Hills that are just north of here in that Glencairn neighborhood. It's just the way that they built them. But Glencairn definitely have homes in the $500,000–$600,000 range. That's where it's approaching. Here in Chesterfield Hills, on average, probably around $300,000 to $400,000, depending on the size of the home. Some of them are going for higher than $400,000. But another thing for you to be aware of, if you haven't really been following my channel, is that if you live in East Lansing, you're gonna have to pay the City of East Lansing income tax. So you have your property taxes, and you also have the City of East Lansing income tax, so you're gonna have to pay. Now, if you work at Michigan State University or another spot in East Lansing, you only have to pay 0.5% if you live in another area outside of East Lansing. So something for you to be aware of when you're looking at that budget, and maybe you got a job offer from somebody and you're like, what does the cost of living look like here? So in here, again, roughly $300,000 to $400,000. If you were to buy a home at the top end in Chesterfield Hills, let's say $400,000. So with the City of East Lansing millage, you can count on your taxes for the year being around $11,000 for the year. Plus, don't forget that 1% city income tax. So depending on how much you make, you will also be deducted that amount on your paychecks. Now, when I'm walking through this area, you can see tall trees. I'm walking on sidewalks here. I'm gonna kind of take you around here. But one thing to notice, if you are somebody looking to downsize and you need one floor of living, you are not going to find, you more than likely will not find a home in this neighborhood because they all look like two-story colonials here. Not cookie cutter, okay, but two-story colonials all around here. And it's just something for you to be aware of. They are smaller homes, but if you're looking for that one floor of living, this might not be the neighborhood to try to really find that one house. There are some grander homes across the street that are larger ranches, and then even homes further north in Old White Hills neighborhood, where there are some European architects that took care of building those homes. Lots of very stately one-story homes there, but not necessarily here. The other thing I want you to be aware of that I bring up all the time with older homes is that older homes can bring older problems. And I have sold a number of homes in this neighborhood. The one common theme is everyone's, panicked about the foundation because it's an older home. And you will notice that when these homes were built, some of them were on softer land, some of them have some drainage issues. There is some water that can seep into the basement. It's a common problem. Some of them have sump pumps in them. But the other thing you need to be aware of is some of them do have what's known as carbon fiber straps on one side of the wall to help prevent further shifting in the walls. So it doesn't mean that your house is going to crumble. It doesn't mean that your house is going to fall apart, okay? You will still be able to live in that house. It's just those carbon fiber straps that are there are preventative, and they help the home stay in shape. So I know I'm really selling this neighborhood to some of you, right? You're like, I don't necessarily know if I want to be here, Troy. But take it from me, this neighborhood is really popular. When a home comes up on the market, people want to be here because of the location, because of the affordability compared to some other homes here in East Lansing, and because of the character of the homes. So again, a very convenient spot. I feel it's a little bit more convenient than Glencairn across the street because you can walk to the sporting events in this neighborhood, but just smaller, more stately homes. Okay, another thing I wanted to feature in this neighborhood and to let you know is that there is no homeowners association here, but you are subject to historic neighborhood district. What that means for you is if you make any alterations, you have to get approval through the City of East Lansing, and they have to fit whatever style is in this neighborhood. So yes, you're not in a homeowners association. That can be good news, but you have to be aware that there are still some rules when you make any alterations to the house. But again, I wanted you to see just the beauty of this neighborhood. You probably see in the background just lots of different styles of homes. I'm headed over to the Breslin Center game. I will see you right over there. I know I told you that I was going to meet you at the game, but I had to kind of show you around the Breslin Center during the daytime because the game tonight is at night. So this is like the area right here that is the sports area. So you got right over here, Spartan Stadium. Further down, you got the Munn Ice Skating Arena. And then right over here, where I'm gonna go around, right behind me over here, is the new Student Wellness Center that they're going to be building for 2026. And I wanted to show all this to you at the daytime, like I said, because I am set to be at this game tonight at night. So I plan on showing you the inside just to be able to give you an idea of the vibe that's inside, so you can get a sense of like, hey, what is it like to be in a college community with all the pride that's out there, supported their team, that Michigan State's having a really great stellar year. So in a couple hours, I will be wearing my green. I don't have green on right now, but I'll be wearing my green, and I will see you inside in just a little bit. So I am here at the Breslin Center right now. Michigan State is nationally ranked this year. They're having a very good year. Close to 15,000 seats are completely filled within this stadium. And when you look throughout the stadium, you can see the community, the vibe. It's amazing here. I mean, you can just feel the vibe here. It's amazing. You can kind of hear in the background here, like I'm walking around here as the game is going on. It's a close game right now, but you can again see everybody's decked out in their green and white as well. And it's just awesome to be able to have this within our community. So I hope you enjoyed this tour here. Again, if you're looking to move here in 6 days, 6 months, at whenever your time frame is, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. All my contact information is in the description below, or schedule a Zoom call with me anytime. And also, if you haven't already, like this video or subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because we have new episodes of Lansing, Michigan Live going live once or twice a week, so you're not going to want to miss it. And to end this, I usually say, hey, have a great day. To end this, I want to end it with the Michigan State University marching band that you can hear. Whoa, big play just happened. I want to end this with a big Michigan State University marching band during halftime. So again, you can feel the vibe here of it. So again, make it a great day. Take care.